Hey there, so welcome back. My name is Paula Millington. Do check back on previous videos for your basic Pilates beginner mat work setup and warm up. So carrying on this section, I'm going to talk to you about the ab prep. So this is where we prep the body for upper body flexion, and this can be really difficult for people because a lot of people struggle with an achy neck. You may relate to that when you've been doing sit-ups. So I'm going to teach you through the technique to how to kind of minimize that and really make your abdominals switch on. So get yourself laying down on your mat, and remember, we want that neutral position. So with an ab prep, we don't want to be an imprint. We've discussed the imprint. We don't want that. We want that natural curve. Hip bone and pubic bone level horizontally, natural curve under lumbar. Now, I do love talking about food, okay? So I want you to imagine you've got some grapes or something laying under your lower back, okay? Because if you come up and you tuck, you're gonna squash the grapes and make a mess, okay? So that's not what we want. So imagine that line of grapes there. You're not gonna crush your grapes, right? So you can use a ball if you want to for ab prep, or not. It just encourages adduction, inner thigh engagement. That helps to connect the pelvic floor, and that helps to pull up everything, all right? So think about the connection of all of these core muscles. So to help you with the ab prep, just bring the arms down on the floor for the moment. So I want you to just draw your shoulders up towards your ears and then slide your hands down. Now we do our little head nod, we nod, and then as we exhale, we lift the head and the shoulders and the arms and we look towards the tummy. And then we lower back down to the mat. So we take a breath in, we nod the head, we exhale, we reach the hands, that pulls us up. We look towards the tummy, take a breath, and we exhale, we lower down. So I'll do that one more time. Remember, there's no movement in the lower back. Curl up, exhale. Remember, we're not squashing these grapes. We inhale, and we exhale, lower back down. Now, one way that you can help with this if you have achy neck is to just pop your hands behind the head. So just let your head rest in your hands. A good way to think about this is you are taking the strain with your hands. So let your hands do all the work. Let the elbows flop out, and remember this gap stays the same. So resting the head, nod the head. As you exhale, lift up. So key things that can go wrong here is you look up. As soon as you look up, your chin has gone up, your neck extensors will be killing you. So make sure you're looking down. And then we lower back down and we go again. Little nod of the head, exhale, curl up. So I'm thinking about reducing the gap between my ribs and my hips as I come up without changing the gap here. So lower back down, we go again, nod the head, exhale, curl up, look to that tummy. Take a breath, exhale, lower back down. One more time, nod the head, exhale, curl up. You're pulling in tight. Take that breath, exhale to lower. Now, another thing that goes wrong here is we don't come up high enough. So when we do upper body flexion, think about where your rib cage is. Ladies, your bra strap running across the shoulder blades, okay, the back of your shoulders. That's how far we want to come up to. So I want to demonstrate how people get it wrong with the neck, okay? So what happens is we stick the chin up as mentioned, but then we only come up to this point. Okay, or you could be looking down and just coming up to this point. You'll still get a neck strain. The problem is we're not high enough. So you've got to think about squeezing ribs to hips here to pull you up higher. There's been no change in my neck position here. Okay, so if you look, there's not high enough, squeeze. You've still not lowered the back to the floor. You've still got your gap. So I'm just going to demonstrate it badly. Chin lifts, curl up, look at my lower back. Tuck, coming up too high. What happens is the abdominals start to dome. If we keep in the neutral position, we nod, shoulders down, we come up to the correct height. We're really engaged. This is still in neutral. There's zero strain in my neck, okay? So I'm going to move on to our little twist section here. So hands to the back of the head again. I will give you an option to change that, but this is the preferred one to start. So as we come up to the center, look to the tummy. Now I'm going to talk about your elbow. So as you twist to the right, your right elbow touches the floor, but look at my left elbow. It hasn't come forwards. That's movement of your shoulder joint. We don't want that. We want movement of your obliques. So we're doing a crisscross, rib to hip. Then we come back to the center and we lower back down. Then we come back up to the center and we twist to the left. So my right shoulder blades come off, but my right elbow stayed back. I'm looking at my left hip. We come back to the center and we lower back down. So we curl up. Now, if you've got a ball between the knees, give it a squeeze because it helps with engagement. We twist to the right. You're looking at the hip. Keep the left elbow back to the center and lower back down. And we curl up. Exhale. And then twist. And then back to the center. Keep that neutral spine under the back and lower. 2 more. Exhale, curl up. Inhale to twist there. Exhale, back to the center and lower down. And 1 more time. Curl up. And the little twist. And then back to the center. And then lower back down. So again, with that neck, if you're leading with that chin, it's going to wake the neck. So you've really got to think about that chin down, which is where I'm now going to offer you an option for that, because some people still get a bit of a strain whilst you're building up the strength of your core to enable you to stay in that position. So another way to do it is just to place your hands on the opposite shoulder. So as you curl up, your elbows are coming down, okay? They're not out here, they're down. So as you twist, you're trying to get the elbow down to your hip. And then you can come up and over to the other side. Ultimately, when we're doing these oblique twists, you're rocking from shoulder blade to shoulder blade. Squeezing the ball if you have it, the pelvis is staying still. Key thing to think about is not to look up. You're always looking long rather than up. So if you're looking at the far end of the mat, you can't go wrong. I'm still in neutral. I've still not squashed my grapes. And then back to the center and release. Whenever you've done an exercise, just have a little stretch out, take the legs down to the mat, reach the arms back, just go for a full body stretch. And then when you're done on that one, you can just have a little break. So come back to the next video and I'll be taking you through some extension exercises.